Welcome to this course on GarageBand for iPad. We're going to have a great time making our own music using these fantastic tools today. The first thing you need to do is to open GarageBand. And if it's the first time you've opened GarageBand, it might look like this. If you've opened it before, you might see some project you've already worked on. The first thing you'll want to do is to press the little plus sign on the top left-hand corner and choose Create New Song. Now this is where the screen could look a little bit different depending on how old your iPad is. If you've got an older iPad, the main menu will look like this. Whereas if you've got a newer one, it will look like this. With the newer version, you've got a little choice box on the top between live loops and where it says tracks. We want to choose tracks for now so that you can scroll around these different options we have. Live loops we'll cover in another lesson, so make sure you've selected tracks here. So scrolling through your menu, we want you to select drums. We don't want drummer or smart drums, but drums. The manual drum kit, which looks like this. We have 3 tasks on your assignment for today. The first is to record 8 bars of just bass drum. The second task is to add some hi-hat. And then the third task is to make the beat your own by adding other drums and cymbals that you'd like to. Firstly, we just want to record 8 bars of bass drum in time, just like this. We hit record, then we play in time with the metronome clip, 1 note per beat. So once I've recorded something, I can switch over to my track view with this little button here, and then I can see what I've recorded. It's moving between the instruments and the track view that can be the most confusing in GarageBand. I like to think of the track view as my canvas or my paper to start with, where your music is going to be written to. And then the instruments are all like tools or brushes that we can use to paint the picture of the music. Okay, so here we see a visual representation of what we just recorded. Okay, so what happens now if I don't like it? If I make too many mistakes? Well, all I need to do is to double tap it, and then this pop-up menu comes up and I can press delete. My alternative to doing that, of course, is this little undo button here, and you can click that at any time and undo the last recording you made. I'll try it again. Okay, so now I'm happier with that now. So going back to track view, if I double tap on that again and choose edit, then I can go into the editing mode and fix any notes that don't line up exactly with the beat lines. Okay, so I'm happy with that, and I can press done on the right top and move on. I want to make it a bit more exciting now, so I might add some hi-hat to it. And I think I'll just start with 2 notes per beat, just like this. So your second task on your sheet is to add a hi-hat part, or you could choose a ride cymbal part instead. So now that you know how to do that, your last task on your sheet is to add some of your own drums and cymbals together to make a beat which is entirely of your own. So here I go. This is the sort of thing that you can do. And then you can go ahead and try it yourself. So once I've done that, of course, I can go into edit mode at any time and move notes around to different drums. and remove any that aren't sounding any good to me. So once you've done those 3 tasks, you should have a beat that looks something like this. So get that checked off on your worksheet and you can move on. At the end of these lessons, we need to make sure that we save our work and we need to make sure that we know where to find it as well. So to save our work in GarageBand, we click My Songs, which is on the top left, and then GarageBand will call it My Song. So if I don't name my files properly, I'm going to end up with lots and lots of my songs and I never know what song it actually is. So once I've clicked My Songs, it appears like this, and all I need to do is to tap the name and tap it into something which makes sense. So this is an 8-bar drum beat. So I'm going to call this my name, which is Janice, dot 8-bar drum beat dot 1. So that will make the most sense if you can keep to that convention. And if you use this naming convention and share it with a teacher, well, you're going to be able to do that much more easily when you have your files named in this way.